What is up everyone, Barricade here, bringing guys a quick Gears 5 discussion video. So the very first thing I wanted to talk about today simply is my impressions on Gears 5's Operation 4 update, and just give my personal opinion on the direction of the game that it's going in now thanks to the new developers and the new updates and things like that. So the very first thing I want to say is wow, I'm really glad that they are finally listening to the fans of the series. I always thought it was pretty crazy how when Gears 4 came out, they started kind of pushing this narrative where they were trying to get people to pay a lot of money to the game. They started having you pay, money to try to get, black steel packs, or you would try to grind for coins, things like that. And no matter what, it was all like random, so you would sometimes spend money and not get what you want. And then Gears 5 took it a step further where you could get what you want, but you had to pay a hell of a lot of money, and it just became a really kind of like a pay to get what you want type of aspect to the game, and it just was very annoying, and it felt very user unfriendly. And that was the thing that was really annoying right off the bat with this game, was just it felt like no matter what you just had to pay money, and you couldn't unlock really much of anything, and it lacked a lot of content. But with Operation 4, they completely turned that around, where essentially you have the opportunity to buy pretty much almost everything that's came out in the game with earnable currency. So as long as you're playing the game, you can get what you want. And with this new tour, you get so much coins that it makes that pretty easy. So you can go for what you really want right away. And that right there shows that they really are trying to make everyone happy, because now they're throwing out that whole entire aspect of trying to just pay for everything and letting everyone get what they want. The one thing I want to say is when it comes to Gears 5, I had hoped that when it came out that it was going to be better than Gears 4, that it was going to start being more user-friendly, things like that. But as we saw, it went into a completely opposite step. Instead of taking a step forward, it took a giant step backwards. And it pissed off a lot of fans, and a lot of people were really angry about how the game was. No one really wanted to play it. Me personally, I love Gears of War, but when it came to Gears 5 at the beginning, I didn't even really play for the first few operations because the game just felt very lackluster, lacked content. Hell, it took about 6 months or so, and we only got like a couple maps. So like everything about the game just felt very unappreciated, very low quality, and just lacked so many things that this series was known for. But right off the bat with Operation 4, with the new developers that took over after Rod Ferguson left, they turned that all around already, and they started adding more content. We already got 3 maps in a very short update. We started getting new characters, got the new currency, new shop, and just overall that feels like a giant step forward for the game. And it just feels like they are finally listening with these new developers, and it's kind of sad that this is happening after Rod Ferguson left. That kind of speaks volumes, showing that maybe Rod Ferguson kind of had this idea, this narrative that he just wanted to earn money and things like that and didn't really care. And now that he's gone and they're free to do what they want, the game is starting to change to something completely different in a good way. The one thing I just want to go over real quick is just my first general impressions with this update, and simply that it's great that we're getting these characters, that they're adding characters. And I know one major thing that people were annoyed about is how characters like Dom and other characters don't have actual Horde abilities. They're not able to be used in Horde. One thing I wanted to clarify about that, guys, is that with this update, they're just kind of taking the first few steps to make the game better. And when it comes to Operation 5, what they're going to do now is they're going to actually revert it back to how it was in Gears 4, where you could be any character and use any ability. But like I said, that's not going to happen until Operation 5. So for throughout the time of Operation 4, we're kind of stuck this way it is right now, where you just can only be certain characters, things like that. But give it some time. With Operation 5, they're going to make the co-op modes like Horde and Escape a lot better. In my opinion, I feel like that's going to be a lot better, that we can be our characters that we want, things like that. And kind of just use the same classes as well. I kind of liked how in Gears 4, you can use whatever you wanted. It felt really good, kind of made the game a lot more fast-paced and fun. So I really hope that they do that with Gears 5's Operation 5 in the future. The other thing I wanted to discuss is simply the shop, just how amazing the shop is, how they just threw everything in there and said, go ahead and earn it, guys. And they even gave everyone coins for challenges that they never completed, because there was a lot of characters that I was trying to earn, but the grind was horrible. But I did do some of the challenges, so that actually gave me a lot of coins back that I was able to use on characters that I really wanted later on. So that was one thing I really liked right there with the shop. And then also the weapon skins, things like that. So everything just feels a lot easier to earn. You know, you don't have to spend money. If you want to get that weapon skin, you want to get that character, go for it. You just simply play the game, earn the currency, and get it. And I like that because the one thing that annoyed me about how in Gears 4 was how we could earn the coins, but it was random. You couldn't really pick what you wanted. But now with the new update for Gears 5, they essentially made that version where you just earn coins and then just buy whatever you want. So that's the really cool thing. The next thing I wanted to talk about was my impressions on the multiplayer itself. I really personally like the Lancer nerf that they gave to the game, because before, Lancer felt too overpowered. It felt like everyone wanted to use Lancer and Cross, and it still happens, you know what I mean? There's a lot of matches here and there where people use the Lancer and Cross, but there has been a lot of instances now since the nerf where I feel like, okay, yeah, I would have got down. Okay, yeah, I would have died if it was the way it was before, with the large active reload boost, with the magnetism, with the aiming, things like that. I feel like it made the game a lot more balanced, and I feel like I'm getting into a lot more Nasher fights because of it, and I really love it. And speaking of Nasher, actually, I really like what they did to the wall bouncing. If you guys didn't know, before, the wall bouncing and everything, I believe, was a lot faster, so everyone could just do that really crazy hyper bounce that everyone always tries hard and wants to do. Me personally, never been a fan of that. Never really liked hyper bouncing. You could call me a noob or whatever you want to call me because of that, but I always thought that was real crazy and just really odd and just didn't really make any sense. Now I feel like they made the bouncing a lot more balanced as well, and I feel like I'm able to pull my shots a lot better, bounce a lot better, and things like that. So you guys can give your impressions on that and how you feel, or if you even noticed, because I personally have noticed that when it comes to the wall bouncing and canceling and things like that that they made to the game. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too actually was just the content as well, you know, that we're getting all these new characters, new maps, and actually the one thing I wanted to talk about in today's video was the fact that they actually announced that they're going to be adding more characters to the season as the game goes on. I'm going to put this image on the screen here. As you can see, there's this kind of like the basic things we already know, Dom, Paddock, the maps, everything like that. But if you guys notice right there on the top right hand corner where it says in season, it shows right there that we're going to be getting Mythic Shrock, which is really cool. I really like that we're going to be getting Shrock right away pretty soon. And then right here it says 2 more characters, and it looks like one is a male and one is a female. And I know the image right there kind of just looks like normal COG gears, but that could just simply be a placeholder to kind of throw off what characters it can be. So what characters do you guys think that these 2 new characters will be? It seems like it's going to be a male and female character. Personally, I would love if the female character was Sam or Anya. That would be really cool. Or maybe even Valera. That would be really cool as well. Essentially, those are the 3 top 3 requested female characters that I really want in the game. So having either one of those 3 would be awesome. Me personally, Sam is my favorite, but having either one of those 3 would be cool. As far as the male character, I feel like that kind of just can be up in the air. I'm not really sure who that could potentially be. I would really like it maybe if it was Ty or Dizzy or someone just, you know, classic like that. You know, a real classic character, Min, something like that. That would be really cool to bring back that old school feeling of Gears of War. But yeah, guys, just kind of want to throw that image up there real quick so you guys can see, you know, that we are going to be getting new characters later on with this new operation. One thing I did want to clarify though and talk about was I noticed a lot of people were mad about the fact that they removed Team Deathmatch from Ranked. And I completely understand why that would make people mad, you know, especially if that was their main mode. Me personally, I had never played Ranked TDM. I always just played it like social from time to time. And I mostly played Gridiron and other modes like that. So it didn't really affect me personally, but I can see why people would be mad that they removed TDM from Ranked. One thing I wanted to say was I noticed that there was a lot of people talking on Twitter saying that supposedly that the coalition was going through steps to bring it back to ranked, but they were going to add a new variation of it. Supposedly the new variation is going to be where instead of the lives being a pool where everyone could pull from, essentially it's going to be where everyone has 5 lives, and then essentially once you run out of your 5 lives you're just dead, which actually doesn't sound too bad because if you think about it, there has been too many times where playing TDM, you have that one bad teammate that just drains the lives. But if they die fast 5 times and that's it, and then you and your squad, you know, if you're running a squad of 4 or 3 or whatever, and you're doing well, then that would be fine. Even if they, you know, burn their lives real quick. But take that with a grain of salt because personally I've been trying to find information on that, but I haven't been able to. But let's hope that's true. That would be a really cool variation of Team Deathmatch. But yeah, guys, just wanted to make this quick video talking about Operation 4, my first impressions on it, the new characters are going to be coming out eventually, and just overall my thoughts on the new major update for Gears 5. Me personally, I am loving it, and I love the new variation of Guardian as well. I just kind of want to touch base on that real quick. They changed it back to how it was before, where everyone would spawn, and then the spawns flip. And they also gave the classic ability to the leader where you can see through walls, which was something that was in Gears of War 3. So personally, I hope that mode stays. I know it's kind of more of an event right now, but I hope they eventually decide to keep it because I personally love this new variation of Guardian. But overall, guys, just once again, if you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button and subscribe and tell me what you guys think about Gears 5's update. Me personally, I am loving it a lot, and I'm going to keep playing Gears 5 throughout this update. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see any of my other content, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.